everyone, welcome back to my channel and welcome back to Artist Analysis. So far, I've done 2 alternative rock bands for this series, Imagine Dragons and Green Day. But today, I'm going to do one that is arguably more hardcore in terms of both their music and lyrics than ID and GD combined, My Chemical Romance. A lot of my friends say they listen to MCR during their emo phase. I myself never had an emo phase, but I have found myself falling in love with MCR through hearing a few of their songs. Because although I prefer optimistic feel-good pop songs, I also like a really good, deep and dark, existential rock song, and MCR has made plenty of that. In case you couldn't already tell from watching my previous artist analyses, I only talk about studio albums and singles in these videos. So today, I'm going to talk about how MCR became a band and the singles released off of their 4 studio albums. Now let's get started. Believe it or not, it was actually the September 11th, 2001 attack on the World Trade Center that influenced MCR frontman Gerard Way and drummer Mike Pellissier to form a band in the first place. Way wrote the song Skylines and Turnstiles in response to the attacks, and with this, Way and Pellissier brought in Ray Toro to play lead guitar and Way's younger brother Mikey to play bass. Another important role Mikey Way had in the band was suggesting its name. While working at Barnes & Noble, he caught sight of a book entitled Ecstasy, 3 Tales of Chemical Romance, and was in awe of the title. From there, the band began recording their attic demos by recording songs in Pellissier's basement, including Our Lady of Sorrows and Cubicles. It wouldn't take much longer for the band to form a fan base by playing their demos on MySpace, get enrolled with Eyeball Records, and be joined by former Pensy Prep member Frank Gairo. On July 23rd, 2002, 19 years before I would launch my YouTube channel, Eyeball Records would release MCR's first studio album, I Brought You Bullets, You Brought Me Your Love. The album is characterized by screamo and punk rock musical styles and by a theorized concept of a man finding himself in purgatory and making a deal with Satan in which the man would be resurrected in order to bring Satan 1,000 evil men in exchange for Satan releasing the man's hellbound lover. MCR's first songs, Skylines and Turnstiles, which was written in response to the 9/11 attacks, was featured on I Brought You Bullets, You Brought Me Your Love, but was not an official single. The first single released off of I Brought You Bullets, You Brought Me Your Love was Vampires Will Never Hurt You. First, a little fun fact. Frontman Gerard Way claims Vampires Will Never Hurt You is his favorite vocal performance of all time. The song is sung from the perspective of a vampire who fears his final death, either from sunlight or being stabbed with a stake. In honor of the 20-year anniversary of I Brought You Bullets, You Brought Me Your Love, Vampires Will Never Hurt You was released on a limited amount of flexi discs. The second single released off of I Brought You Bullets, You Brought Me Your Love was Honey, This Mirror Isn't Big Enough for the Two of Us, which is also the second song on the album. In this song, an addict delivers the news to his lover that he wants to break up with her. The only chart this song made it onto was the UK singles chart, and even then, it peaked very low at number 182. The third and final single released off of I Brought You Bullets, You Brought Me Your Love was Head First for Halos. The song is about clinical depression and the contemplation of suicide. For example, the line, "The red ones make me fly and the blue ones help me fall," may be a reference to antidepressants, amphetamines, and other drugs. Like its preceding MCR single, Head First for Halos also made it onto the UK singles chart, this time peaking a little higher at number 80. For MCR's second studio album, 3 Cheers for Sweet Revenge, MCR sought to produce a cleaner sound than on their debut album, with less screamo sounds and clearer evidence of an effort to focus on songwriting skills and lyrical structures. This was the first album to feature Frank Iero on all tracks, but the last one to include drummer Matt Pelissier. 3 Cheers for Sweet Revenge was also MCR's first album to make it onto the Billboard 200 albums chart, peaking at number 28, and the first to receive a certification from the RIAA, which was triple platinum. This concept album tells a pseudo-conceptual horror story about a man and woman who are separated by death in a gunfight, and while in hell, the devil tells the man that he is still alive, and they make a deal in which the man can be with his lover again if he uses a gun given to him by the devil to bring 1,000 evil men. The first single released off of 3 Cheers for Sweet Revenge was track number 5, I'm Not Okay, I Promise. This was the first MCR single to be certified anything at all, let alone platinum, by the RIAA, and is also the first to make it onto the US Billboard Hot 100, peaking at number 86. The song's title is self-explanatory of what the song is about. The next 3 Cheers for Sweet Revenge single is an MCR favorite of mine, Thank You for the Venom, though it was only released as a single in the UK, where it peaked at number 71 on the singles chart. The song is essentially about someone who feels he is a hopeless case and therefore better off dead. Its opening lyric, Sister, I'm not much a poet but a criminal, is a reference to the Morrissey song, Sister, I'm a Poet. The third single released off of 3 Cheers for Sweet Revenge can be referred to either as Helena or as So Long and Good Night. The former of these titles is also that of the Misfits song, which provides so much inspiration for MCR to write this song. Helena is implied to be the name of the woman whose funeral is taking place and whose death is being mourned throughout this song's lyrics, though frontman Gerard Way eventually revealed to the public that the woman in this song is his late grandmother. The song peaked at number 33 on the Billboard Hot 100 and at number 11 on the alternative airplay chart. The single was also certified gold by the RIAA. The fourth and final 3 Cheers for Sweet Revenge single released was The Ghost of You. The song is about the fear that comes with losing someone to death. The song peaked at number 84 on the Billboard Hot 100 and at number 9 on the alternative songs chart. MCR's third studio album, The Black Parade, is probably the most well-known of them all. The Black Parade continues the emo, punk rock, and alternative music styles of their first 2 albums, but experiments with a slightly faster beat, particularly in its title track, Welcome to the Black Parade, which also happens to be the album's opening track. This rock opera concept album tells the story of The Patient, an unnamed character who is dying of cancer, including the end of his life, his apparent death, and his experiences in the afterlife. The Black Parade was both MCR's first and last studio album to feature drummer Bob Breyer. Like 3 Cheers for Sweet Revenge, The Black Parade was certified triple platinum by the RIAA. The Black Parade's first single released was its title track, Welcome to the Black Parade. The Black Parade's first single released was its title track, Welcome to the Black Parade. This complex, multi-layered song's writing process had started way back during the days of I Brought You Bullets, You Brought Me Your Love, but according to frontman Gerard Way, it took until 2006 for the song to be written and embellished to the point at which the band felt it was complete. The Black Parade this song refers to is the parade in which death takes the form as it comes to greet the patient, likely taking this form since the patient's fondest memory is that of his father taking him to see a marching band as a young child. The G5 opening piano note of this song made history by introducing this trend to the emo rock world. This particularly popular song of MCR peaked at number 9 on the Billboard Hot 100 and at number 1 on the alternative airplay chart, and also number 1 on the UK singles chart. The song was also certified quintuple platinum by the RIAA. The Black Parade's second single, Famous Last Words, was quite fittingly the closing track of the album. The song is quite likely the final thoughts and words of the patient before his death. The song was certified platinum by the RIAA and peaked at number 88 on the Billboard Hot 100, at number 4 on the alternative airplay chart, and at number 8 on the UK singles chart. The Black Parade's third single, I Don't Love You, is the patient's reminisce on growing apart from a woman he once loved. Like many of MCR's singles, I Don't Love You was more popular in the UK than in its native US, peaking at number 13 on the UK singles chart, but not making it onto any US Billboard charts. However, the single was certified gold by the RIAA. The fourth and final single released off of The Black Parade was another MCR favorite of mine, Teenagers. Frontman Gerard Way claims that he wrote the song while seeing a New York City subway car full of high schoolers, and with this, he felt old for the first time and felt intimidated by their ways. How it's supposed to fit into the Black Parade story of the patient, I don't know. But what I do know is that the song peaked at number 67 on the Billboard Hot 100, number 23 on the Billboard Pop 100, number 13 on the alternative airplay chart, and number 9 on the UK singles chart. The song was also certified quadruple platinum by the RIAA. MCR's fourth studio album and most recent one to date is Danger Days, The True Lives of the Fabulous Killjoys. While staying true to MCR's traditional alternative and punk rock styles, Danger Days also introduces elements of power pop and electronic rock, taking inspiration from these genres' songs of the 1960s and 70s. The Killjoys, referred to in this album's title, are a group of rebellious rogues living in a post-apocalyptic California in the year 2019, which is 8 years after the album's release, who fight against a series of evil corporations in the story of this concept album. Gerard Way's Killjoy alter ego is Party Poison, Ray Toro's is Jetstar, Frank Iero's is Fun Ghoul, and Mikey Way's is The Cobra Kid, and that's Cobra with a K. The first single released off of Danger Days was Na 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 x4. The initial recording of this song marked a breakthrough for MCR, who was struggling with the departure of former MCR drummer Bob Breyer. In this song, the Killjoys are being chased around Battery City by the corrupt executive of Better Living Industries, also known as Blind. By the end of the song, the Killjoys are lying on the ground defeated. Na 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 peaked at number 77 on the Billboard Hot 100, number 10 on the Alternative Songs chart, and number 31 on the UK Singles chart. The second single released off of Danger Days was The Only Hope for Me Is You. The song is not very well known today, despite being featured on the soundtrack for the movie Transformers: Dark of the Moon. The only chart The Only Hope for Me Is You made it onto was the Canadian Hot 100, on which it peaked at number 84. The third single released off of Danger Days is my favorite from the album, Sing. The song is notable for having been covered in the Glee episode Comeback, and outside of the context of the concept album story, it could be seen as a power anthem for all those who perform music, amateur or professional. But in this chapter of the story, the Killjoys break into Blind's headquarters and engage in a gunfight with the company's executives and vampire-like henchmen known as the Draculoids. The original version of Sing is peaked at number 58 on the Billboard Hot 100, and the Glee version debuted and peaked at number 49. The original version single was certified gold by the RIAA. Danger Days' fifth track, Planetary Go, was its fourth single released. Before being released as a single, Planetary Go could be heard in the video game Gran Turismo 5 and was used as an advertisement for the 2011 Super Bowl. Its part in the story of Danger Days is unknown. However, the single peaked at number 151 on the UK Singles chart and at number 1 on the UK Rock and Metal chart. Thank you all so much for watching. You probably didn't expect someone like me to listen to My Chemical Romance, but surprise, surprise, I do. But just like with Green Day, I mostly just liked and listened to these songs themselves as separate entities before doing my research for this video to find out that these are all concept albums whose songs are all tied together by a common story. If you're a fan of MCR, what's your favorite song and album of theirs? Which genres and artists would you like to see me cover for this series? Let me know in the comments down below. And I'll see you for my next video, which will be another artist analysis.